Do what you can with what you have where you are. Old age is like everything else. To make it a success, you've got to start young. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. The only man who never makes a mistake is the man who never does anything. The most important single ingredient in the formula of success is knowing how to get along with people. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. Courage is not having the strength to go on, it is going on when you don't. In any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The worst thing you can do is nothing. Far better it is to dare mighty things, to win glorious triumphs, even though checkered by failure. Do what you can to get the best out of life. With self-discipline, almost anything is possible. Speak softly and carry a big stick, you will go far. Great thoughts speak only to the thoughtful mind, but great actions speak to all mankind. To educate a person in the mind, but not in morals, is to educate a menace to society. When at the end of your rope, tie a knot and hold on. I have never envied someone who led an easy life. I have envied many people who led complicated lives and led them well. A thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education. The joy in life is his who has the heart to demand it. No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. Don't hit at all if it is honorably possible to avoid hitting, but never hit soft. If you could kick the person in the pants responsible for most of your trouble, you wouldn't sit for a month. 9/10 of wisdom is being wise in time. Nothing in the world is worth having or doing unless it means effort, pain, difficulty. Knowing what's right doesn't mean much unless you do what's right. The only time you fail is when you stop trying. Let us rather run the risk of wearing out than rusting out. Life's best prize is the chance to work hard at work worth doing. I am a part of everything I have read. Wars are, of course, as a rule, to be avoided. But they are far better than certain kinds of peace. I don't pity any man who does hard work worth doing. I admire him. If you have a tough job, select a lazy man. He will find an easy way to do it. People ask the difference between a leader and a boss. The leader leads and the boss drives. Don't expect to build up the weak by pulling down the strong. Justice consists not in being neutral between right and wrong, but in finding out the right and upholding it, wherever found, against the wrong. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The worst lesson that can be taught a man is to rely upon others and to whine over his sufferings. Big jobs usually go to the men who prove their ability to outgrow small ones. The more you know about the past, the better prepared you are for the future. Nothing worth having comes easy. We can have no 5050 allegiance in this country. A man is an American and nothing else, or not an American at all. Courtesy is as much a mark of a gentleman as courage. Never be afraid to tread the path alone. Know your path and follow it wherever it may lead you. Do not feel you must follow in someone else's footsteps. In life, as in a football game, the principle to follow is hit the line hard. Don't foul, don't flinch, hit the line hard. The man who loves other countries as much as his own stands on a level with the man who loves other women as much as he loves his wife. There is a homely adage which runs, speak softly and carry a big stick, you will go far. Action. Seize the moment. The man was never intended to become an oyster. It is no use to preach to children if you do not act decently. No man is justified in doing evil on the ground of expediency. The men with the muckrakes are often indispensable to the well-being of society, but only if they know when to stop breaking the muck. If you want to be in politics, keep your conscience. There are two kinds of success. One is in the very fact of figuring in the world, having a high position, or in being a man of wealth, or being a man of influence. That kind of success is sometimes of very little worth. Character, in the long run, is the decisive factor in the life of an individual and of nations alike. The most practical kind of politics is the politics of decency. Every immigrant who comes here should be required within 5 years to learn English or leave the country. A good laugh overcomes more difficulties and dissipates more dark clouds than any other thing. A stream cannot rise larger than its source. If I must choose between righteousness and peace, I choose righteousness.